Hello, everyone. Good evening. Brandy here. I hope you're having a great day. This is the evening session of day one in our Stress Less Holistic Health Challenge. So, tonight we're going to be doing a soothing self massage together. But first, I just want to thank you so much for signing up for this challenge. I know a lot of you are really needing this support, but there are a lot of distractions. I did not realize that there were going to be debates this week, and um, I don't want to list off all the things, but you could be focusing elsewhere, and that could be increasing your stress. So I really appreciate that you're taking the time to unplug from those sources of stress and to spend some time here with me tonight and with all of the exercises that I'm sharing with you this week. So before we get into the massage, I also want to review the exercise that I sent out this morning and that I posted here in the Facebook group. So I see a few of you are on here. If you can, I would love to know if you did the centering meditation or if you took the stress quiz that I put up from WellSource. Let me know if either of those helped you. If you have any questions about them, I can answer them later. So we are going to do that centering exercise together. If you're a yoga student of mine, you know that we do that before every single class. Every single class. I do it before I go to teach. I do it when I wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning. And I did it just now before I hit go live. So it's so important to close your eyes and take just a few breaths, bringing your attention inward to focus on what is happening in the present, in your body, in your heart, in your mind. It's so simple to do, and it is the essence of any mindfulness practice. So that's one that I would love for you to really incorporate into your daily routine. Because I was asking, hopefully you did it this morning, but you could also be doing it throughout the day. And what I love about it is that it helps you to consciously relax as you're doing it. So beyond just a stress quiz, you are, feeling how tense you are, but you're actually treating yourself at the same time, allowing yourself to consciously relax. Um, and like I just said, it is a starting point because you need to know where you are before you can determine where you want to be. And you learn a lot about yourself in the process. And then, like I just said, it is the essence of a mindfulness practice. So once you have this baseline, you will start to notice throughout the day when you're off. And then you can either stop and do that meditation again, the centering exercise, or one of the other things that we introduce throughout this week. So I hope that's helpful. We are going to do that centering exercise right now, and then we're going to go right into the self-massage. So let's make sure that you have everything you need. You can't see, but I'm elevated on a cushion here with my legs crossed, and this is so I'm up high enough to where my legs are relaxed out from the hip joints. We want our posture to be as comfortable as possible so your body is not a big distraction, where you can experience more ease. And let's see, what else do we have here? We're going to be, so I'm going to show you some acupressure points, but we are going to be doing some effleurage. I think this is what it's called. I used to do massage a long time ago, back in the year 2000. So that was the first wellness modality I learned. But anyway, I don't remember all the terminology. So for those strokes, you may want a body oil. I have fractionated coconut oil here. But honestly, this is not super emollient. So if you have a large area of the body that you want to massage, then you may want something more emollient, like olive oil. You can use whole coconut oil, so without it being processed like this, it is more greasy and it stains. That's the benefit of having this one. But if you need to run your hands along a surface many times, it's not so great. Um, Other oils, apricot kernel oil, I use a lot on my clients, grapeseed oil. Just use what you have handy. So you could ask me questions later about which carrier oil might be suitable for your skin. But for something like relieving stress quickly, don't worry about it. Just grab a bottle of olive oil from your kitchen. It will, that's enough. It will do the job. If you'd like, you can use some essential oils, um, any oils, but really the ones that are most relaxing would be beneficial for what we're doing here tonight. So any tree oils, any root oils, resins, so cedar wood, frankincense, myrrh, um, yeah, I can't, bergamot too, which is a citrus. Some citrus oils are more regulating, so it brings you to where you need to be. It oscillates a bit. So if you're stimulated at night, it does help bring you down, like wild orange, bergamot, lemon. Um, Lime is a bit more exciting. I'm trying to think of other trees. So cypress, any of the firs would be great too. And I have here, most of you know me and you know that I use doTERRA essential oils. So Balance is one of my go-to oils for a soothing self-massage. So is Serenity and Aroma Touch. So I'll name off a few of the single oils in these blends, and that'll give you an idea if you don't have these. Maybe you do have some single oils around your home that you can use instead. So Balance has spruce, because I was talking about evergreens and firs. So spruce, hoewood, frankincense, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. And that's Balance, and that's what I'm going to use on my body tonight. Serenity, this is our sleep oil, or resting oil, and it has lavender, cedarwood, hoewood again, ylang ylang, marjoram, which is really great for muscle tension, Roman chamomile, vetiver. So vetiver is also a root and is very grounding. Vanilla, which I think is just for the scent. Oh, and sandalwood. Sandalwood is a very relaxing oil as well. And then Aroma Touch, sometimes I turn to this if I have a lot of physical tension, because this has peppermint in it, which is great for relieving muscle tension. Cypress is actually the first oil and is good for circulation, helping with blood and energy flow. This has marjoram in it too. Basil, grapefruit, and lavender. So just to give you an idea of what you can use. So just have these handy, and you can come to your seat, and you can rest your hands on your knees or thighs. Close your eyes. We'll take a few slow, deep, even breaths. The first few exhalations can be out your mouth. So like a big sigh, letting go of the breath. And any tension can go with it. So as we focus on the breath, it has an obvious effect on the mind. It's drawn inward. We call this pratyahara in yoga, withdrawing the senses. So the breath is the doorway in. awareness goes into the very center of the body where we feel the breath moving. And we're letting the inhalation go deep into the lower belly, into the pelvis. Feeling those regions expand. As we exhale and those areas deflate, there's still this descending energy rooting down, even with the breath coming up and out. So then I always do a body scan, starting from the top of the head. So bring your awareness to the very top. And you can imagine energy pouring down along the front, each side, and the back. And once you get really good at this, you can use your imagination too. Maybe it's light, maybe it's viscous fluid like warm wax or honey, something soothing pouring down over the surface of the skin. And you're slowly bringing your awareness with that imagery, relaxing along the way. So you're relaxing the forehead, relaxing the jaw. Tongue is relaxed in the mouth. Adjust your neck so it's straight. Most of us need to bring the chin down a bit to lengthen the neck. Feel that your shoulders are heavy. You may hear some cracking and popping as you let go consciously here. Those are very good signs that you're letting go. And as you move your awareness down, also feel that you're centered over the hips. So center of the head over center of the chest, aligning that over the center of the hips. And continue to relax down. Only the muscles in your core are supporting you here. Everything else is releasing completely into the earth. Feeling that your hips are heavy and spacious. Legs are heavy and spacious. Rooting down. You can bring your awareness to the physical heart space, and you could actually bring your hands there if you'd like. That helps you focus. And just notice what emotions are there on the surface. I mentioned in my notes to you this morning, please, it's going to happen, so forgive yourself, but try not to get into a story about why you're feeling this way. Just feel the raw emotion. Maybe you might notice a connection to a part in the body with this emotion. Maybe some fear, some nerves, some anxiety might be related to an achy low back. Just take note of that. That may be something you want to write down later. And once you feel that's complete, you've acknowledged what is here in the heart, honestly. So then we can bring the hands back down. Let the mind watch its own activity. It's kind of a profound experience, the mind watching the mind. Just maybe some clear spaciousness here. Not seeing much. Or maybe you're wanting to be in the past or in the future. Maybe you're wanting to move on to the massage. We're almost there. Let's just see how attentive the mind is. And we'll keep the eyes closed. And I like to come back by feeling into the other sense organs. So notice what you're hearing, what you're smelling, what you're tasting, what you're feeling against the skin. Sometimes I do this on the way into the meditation. It's nice to do both on the way in and on the way out. So now you're noticing what's happening around you, but still keeping awareness inside. So there's a balance. And then we can open the eyes. And I bet already you're feeling much more soft in your approach to just being here. So let's go ahead. Before we put the oils on for our massage, you can just use your fingertips, and we're just going to massage the scalp. So I'm just using the fingertips to do this action, not the nails. So you're massaging the scalp, and you can move from the front back and notice if there's any sore spots along the way. And hopefully this feels really good to you. Feels really good to me. I've already done it today. I'm noticing there's more tension in the back of my head, the base of the trapezius there. Make sure you get every region. And then you can bring your fingertips to where you felt it was most sore. For many people, there could be a spot along the center point of the head. So you can put one or two fingers there and round rub. So round rubbing is this action where you press in and then make a circle. So you could do that on any sore spots, maybe closing your eyes again to pay more attention to how it feels. If you found another spot, we'll take some time to work in that region. So I'm going to work bilaterally along the back of my head. Since my fingers are back here, I'm going to go ahead and show you a major acupressure point that is bilateral. So there's one on each side. So I hope you can see as I turn around here. I'm going to use my thumbs, and it's this indentation under the occiput here. So as I run my thumbs up the side of the neck, I let them rest in that indentation, and then I'll round rub here. So this is gallbladder 20. Okay. And if you'd like, I forgot to mention before, but you could just put the essential oils on the tips of your fingers to do the scalp massage. I don't like using a carrier oil for that one because it gets the hair really greasy. But if you just use the essential oils, it will start to diffuse off the head pretty quickly. So you are getting the benefits of the essential oils. It's not going to penetrate into the skin as much without the carrier oil, but you'll still get the effect pretty quickly. So then for the rest of the massage, we are going to use our carrier oil. And I am going to stick with my plan of using balance. So I'm going to use like 3 drops because this one is already diluted with fractionated coconut oil. So if you're using a concentrated one, maybe just 1 or 2 drops. And you can use a squirt or 2. I'm not precise with this at all. It's really just a squirt or 2, a dollop of the base oil, the carrier oil. We're going to rub it in our hands and put it on the back and sides of the neck, along the top of the shoulder here, and the front of the chest. So I was able to do all that with one hand, and then you could do the same on the other side, going to the back of the neck, the side, the top of the shoulder, and then over to the chest. So even just this action is very soothing, and try to do it in a loving way. So you're taking your time. And we can start with this action, just bringing the fingertips to the side of the neck, the sternocleidomastoid muscle, SCM. We'll move it up toward the ears and back down. You can bring the fingertips up behind the ears. I may start to slur my speech here as I relax. There may be a few yawns too, we'll see. Okay, and then you could bring your fingertips to the front of the ears. You want to get more oil on the fingertips, and then we're going to bring the hands up to your jaw. And if your jaw is really sore, you may want to open your mouth slightly here and really dig in a bit with your fingertips like this. Yeah. So I have a spot on the right. You may find one on your jaw. Maybe do some round rubbing on those sore points. Okay. And then we're going to bring our hand, one of our hands, probably your dominant hand, and we're going to bring it to the back of the neck, and we're going to be squeezing the neck with this action. So I'll show you from this side here, bringing the hand to the back of the neck, and I'm just going to squeeze the neck muscles here. So I have more leverage if I stick the thumb out too. So I have my thumb on my right side, my other 4 fingers on the left, and I'm squeezing the muscles in toward the center of the palm. Okay. And then we can bring that hand to the front, or actually on top of the shoulder, and move the hand down, pressing the fingers into the top of the shoulder toward the edge of the shoulder. So there's many points here, but the main one is gallbladder 21. So it's between the edge of the shoulder here and the center of the chest. You could also gauge this from the back of the body, but you're seeing my front right now. So halfway between those areas, and then on the top of the shoulder, you'll probably find a sore point there, and that is gallbladder 21. So remember, 20 was back here, and then 21 is at the top of the shoulder. And for many of us, those points can get very tense. So you can round rub that point, and then maybe squeeze these tissues on the top of the shoulder as best as you can. Okay, and then I'm going to keep my hand on this side and just go from the sternum, pressing out to the front of the shoulder. Feels good to turn my head in the opposite direction. Okay. And again, if you find a sore point here, you could do some round rubbing. Maybe even go up the side of the neck again, bringing the fingers down to meet at the collarbone. And maybe even sliding your fingertips into the collarbone. Okay, so let's see if I can remember that on the other side. So I think we started with the top of the shoulder here. You can move your hand down, so pressing in, sliding the hand down to the shoulder. And then you could stop at gallbladder 21, round rubbing there. And go ahead and turn your head in any way that feels good. You could squeeze the tissues again with this action. And then we're going to go from the sternum out to the side. So massaging the pectoral muscles in the front. If you work on a computer a lot, you're doing this action and these muscles get very tight. That's also the posture we have when we're feeling scared or defeated. Okay. And then we went down the neck. So hands can go down the side of the neck again. And into the space in between the top of the shoulder and the collarbone. Digging in gently there and out to the side. Okay, so I'm not going to show you, but you can massage your low back, taking some time to do that. I also like to massage my feet at night before bed. I'll show you that really quick with one foot here, and then you can choose to do the rest here on your own. So let's bring up one foot. Make it comfortable. Okay, one foot here. So you could just use one thumb to rub your heel here, make circles. So with a cupping action, that feels really good. I also like to use both thumbs in like a wax on, wax off movement to massage the feet. So this is very grounding. As you loosen up the feet, your attention goes in deep in the body. This is where it needs to be for us to sleep deep at night. And I like placing my fingers in between the toes and moving the foot around in a circle, the ball of the foot. And you can even massage the top of the foot too if there's any tension there. So again, you could do the same on the other side. If you still have some sore points that are keeping you from relaxing completely, then you may want to invest in one of these yoga therapy balls that you could get on Amazon or through other sources. A tennis ball will do just as well. But I like that these come in a pair, and I love to rub my feet over this. I like to lay down and put it in between the shoulder blades. That's where a lot of people get tight as well. Because if you are holding tension in your body, it will affect your sleep. And the point of doing this at night is to help you sleep better, and also to prevent the effects of stress from carrying over into the next day. So putting a stop to that so that you can restart again the next day fresh. So does anyone have any questions? I'm not seeing any comments here, but I know it was hard. We all had oily fingers and you're probably not wanting to type on your keyboard. But let me know if you have any questions about any of the exercises we did. If you're having any difficulty with this challenge, with focusing on it, perhaps I can offer you some support. And then I don't know if you saw earlier, but for those of you in the Facebook group, I do have an incentive now for you to be engaging more in these live videos, in these posts, and to help each other out, because we could all use some support and more community. And let me show you quickly what the prizes are. I'll just show you one. So it is these little roller bottles that have precious stones in it. So this one is hard to see. It has moonstone in it. And moonstone is very calming. So this would be a good one for stress. Assists in change and brings insight. Oil pairings that work really well with this stone are rose, cypress, lavender, vetiver, and bergamot. So with each of these, there is an oil pairing suggestion. There is the effects of the stone as well. And I have, in addition to moonstone, amazonite, amethyst, pyrite, and green jade. So you can have those empty and you can make your own oil blends, or if you win one of these, I could also make you a custom blend. So tomorrow I'm going to choose a winner for those who engage with the post I put up earlier and this live. I'll pick the one who is the most enthusiastic about this stress challenge, because I know it is a challenge. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.